What's up, everyone? It's your host, Ghost, coming to you live with another wonderful video. How is everyone doing today? Sorry, I actually got up early to try and actually be on time, and then my computer was acting up and would not turn on, and then everything was going very slow to load. So, um, that's what happened. Oh man, I ran out of my creamer, and I had to substitute. I had like a little bit of creamer. So I had to substitute it, and I had milk, and I don't like the taste of coffee by itself. So, there we go. Now you can actually see my beautiful face, right? Anyways, how's everyone doing today? I hope you all are doing great. We got a few things we'll talk about. The Second Amendment's being attacked again by Democrats, so we'll go and check that out. Just a little video by Fox News. We'll be watching a Fox News basically video. Sorry. And then Anthony Oliver, it's Oliver Anthony actually. Man, I got to change that. Hold on. Hopefully, I remember to change that when I. There we go. Oliver Anthony. All right, hold on. I don't know how I messed that up. Motherfucker has two first names. Come on. Well, he has a first name that's a last name. Give me a break. What the? I'm not trying to just. God damn it. There we go. All right. So Oliver Anthony has a song called "Rich Men North of Richmond." It's a viral song that's been going on. It's pretty skyrocketed. He's got 15 million views. The guy's got 220K subscribers, and the video itself has 785,000 likes. So it's a viral video that's gone on, and it's being held as the working man's anthem, which I agree. I listened to it a couple times. I really like the song. It's a really good song. It's a country song, so if you don't like country, maybe you won't like this. But I don't think that's really the point of the genre. Like, the genre isn't really the point. It's the message really behind it, and how it. If you're a working man, ever been a working man, someone that's like living, has a hard life, paycheck to paycheck, working your ass off, a labor intensive job and all that stuff. Something that you could probably at least connect with. And been noticing some, like, how it kind of it's I'll get into it later. I'll get into my thoughts about it later. So we're gonna listen to it and everything, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Hold on, my baggage just there we go. Oh, thank God. And then we're gonna go to FnF, FreshandFit, and we're gonna watch two videos. Sorry, my wife's texting me. We're gonna watch two videos. One is a lady complaining about modern men, and we'll get into that. And then another one is a clip of a lonely man revealed their true female nature. A viral clip of a lonely man revealed their true female nature. So yeah, that's on the FreshandFit Clips channel. And then afterwards, we're going to take a look at this news story, also from Fox News, about an entire police department resigning in a Minnesota town. So we'll get into that. And then all the links are below of where I'm using these videos from. So channel Radio WV is Oliver Anthony. I think that's his channel. And then Fresh and Fit Clips. I got the channels there. I got their links, and then I got the links to the videos themselves that I'm using. So make sure that, if you like the videos that we're watching, you go and support the the person who actually made it. I obviously didn't make it, so I'm not going to try and take credit for it. But actually give it a look-see and give them a like and give them a subscription if you like what they say. Anyways, so let's get to it. I'm going to pretty much be wearing my headphones pretty much the entire show. So there we go. All right, so let's share my screen. And the tweets from Colin Noir, Mr. Colin Noir. I haven't watched the whole video on this thing, but this is tweeted by Mr. Colin Noir, or Colin. Yeah, Colin. Colion. I don't even remember how he pronounces it, but anyways, it's from him, and all that. So make sure you give him a follow and the like. All right, let's go and listen to this.
Democrats continue their pathetic.
Not getting any sound. Oh, it's because my voice meter thing didn't shut down for some reason. All right. Let's try that again.
Democrats continue their pathetic attempts to dismantle the Second Amendment.
25 House Democrats introduced legislation last Friday to slap a 1,000% excise tax on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
Yeah, we always say so-called assault weapons.
Now, so check this out. So before taxes, $500, and then after tax, it's $5,000. What the fuck is this? Like, it's honestly, they're just really trying to make it so poor people can't buy these guns. Like, that's really what this is. It's like, if you got enough money, you can pay $5,000 for a gun. It's ridiculous, but you could do it if you really wanted to. But like, if you're poor, $500 is asking. $5,000 is really asking a lot. So like to try and like extend it to 5,000, this is just a blatant like attempt to prevent people from owning an assault weapon, quote unquote, which they really mean is like AR-15s basically, because they're fucking idiots.
The bogus tax would raise the price of, say, a $500 weapon to $5,000.
And your average AR-15s generally is $500, roughly before taxes and everything.
But guess what? We're going to ban assault weapons again, come hell or high water.
See, like that. 1 second. Thanks, babe. Sorry. I didn't realize how starving I was, so I asked my wife to make me some sausage patties. And like a wonderful woman that she is, she did. So I appreciate her. Shout out to my wife for making me some delicious sausage patties. I got down here and I was like, man, I am starving. So, I forgot what I was called. She distracted me. Her fault for losing my train of thought. But thank you.
And high-capacity magazines.
They're semi-automatic rifles. I suppose that's what he's talking about. Come hell or high water.
Yeah. So it's really funny. The entire time leading up to until this point of history, you always heard the left saying, "Oh, we don't want to ban guns. We just want to make it harder to own them." And everything like that. But here we go. The president's saying, I want to ban assault weapons. And then whenever you ask them what's an assault weapon, it's always, basically what they say is it's a scary looking gun. It's a gun that's very scary that you can attach multiple things to. But you really think about it, all guns are really scary because all guns can kill you. So, and if you don't think that if they, ban assault weapons, that they're not going to go on and continue on and then ban handguns, because let's be honest, assault weapons don't even make up most of the shootings. It's mostly handguns. So what Democrats are doing is trying to ban an easier level of gun, which is an assault weapon, just because it looks very scary. And then eventually they'll ban handguns. Because eventually what's going to happen is, the average Democratic voter is, they'll ban assault weapons, so AR-15s, etc. And then it's going to turn out, gun crimes aren't going down at all. And it turns out handguns are the ones that, are going to are the ones that are used in most shootings. So then they're going to want to buy semi-automatic handguns. And from there, they're going to want to ban, shotguns. And then they're going to want to ban, bolt actions, and then break actions, and then pump actions, blah, 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 blah. Just look for stove.
Joining us now, Second Amendment advocate, Colleen Noir. Colleen, always great to see you. These Democrats are essentially telling working class people, you can't own these guns, but rich people.
I just made that point, lady. Thank you. Yeah. Like I said, they don't want poor people to own these guns. Rich people will be able to own these guns. And rich people also can afford bodyguards that'll carry these type of guns.
People can because they can afford them.
Yeah, and this is nothing new. They've been doing this for decades at this point. And for them, for some reason, when it comes to our ability to defend ourselves, he has a problem with that. And anyone knows who is into firearms understands that the semi-automatic rifle is one of the best tools possible to use in defense of yourself and your home. So why would you want to limit that to people who are just trying to protect their family?
Yeah, and I really feel for, say, a 19-year-old who doesn't feel safe in the big city. Maybe she's trying to do the right thing, go to college to be able to protect herself. Why shouldn't she have the same ability to defend herself as maybe somebody else should? I mean, and the other thing that I find is that these Democrats who advocate this, they know very little about guns. They don't.
They always know so little about guns. Remember, was it Chanel Jackson? I think she's a Texas Democrat. She talked about firing an AR-15, and she talks about how heavy it was, how powerful it was, so either she's really, really weak or she's lying. Probably both, actually. And then there's that viral clip of was that like retired colonel or whatever. A news reporter was following around. He was shooting an AR-15, and then he goes, "All right, well now I'm going to shoot fully, full semi-automatic or whatever." Which was a ridiculous concept, which all it really entailed is he pulled the trigger very, very fast. That's what it ended up entailing. But somehow that's like fully automatic, semi-automatic or some shit like that. But they always have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. And it's both sad and really fucking annoying because, they'll talk about this stuff, act like they're authority, and then you got dumbasses who believe everything they fucking say, and they're just fucking idiots. It used to be, they aren't background checks. Well, every time you buy a gun, you gotta go through a background check. And then they'll say, "Oh, you don't need an ID to buy a gun." Well, actually, you do need to use an ID to buy a gun, et cetera, et cetera. Like everything. Every time you hear a Democrat talk about guns, it's very clear they have no idea what they're talking about.
They don't know how they operate. They don't know what they're like. They don't know what they are. They don't even know what to call them.
Yeah, and they really don't have an incentive to learn anything about firearms because for them, the ultimate goal is control. And, hence gun control. So if you can create an environment or a population of people who have to wholly depend on the government in order to protect themselves, for them, that's the perfect scenario. I always have to look to and depend on the government.
Yeah, that's generally the goal is, let's have the government protect us. Let's have the government protect us. Let's have the police protect us. But it's funny. The same people that want the government to protect us also believe that, police are corrupt. Like they always say, well, only cops should have guns. Okay, well, do you believe cops are, corrupt, racist individuals? Yes. Then why would you want them to be the only ones that have guns? Like, it's really funny and weird at the same time how much they don't make sense. Like, they'll go along marching with Black Lives Matter saying, and defund the police. But then they also only want the police and government agents to own guns. It makes no sense.
Because if my life, the most important thing that I have to look to the government to protect that, well, that means they could pretty much do anything they want to me at that point. And I'll have no ability or means to fight back.
Indeed.
And that's the whole, okay, it wasn't the whole point, but that's an idea behind the Second Amendment is you have the ability for, if the, it's not the reason for the Second Amendment, but it's a portion of it, to defend yourself. That's the idea, is you can defend yourself. You don't have to rely on the government to defend yourself. You have the ability to defend yourself. And then a firearm is the greatest equalizer to defend yourself. If you have a firearm and 6 dudes come in to break in your house and try to, who knows, do harm upon you, well, guess what? That gun you have kind of ends up equalizing the battlefield. And that's the whole point of firearms, to equalize the battlefield. And even if 2 people have guns, or if those 6 people have guns, okay, cool. Now it then goes down to the skill of that individual. But I don't understand why people want to rely on the government to protect them. If you notice, government really sucks at a lot of things. Why would you think that they'd be really good at protecting you? Hell, cops aren't even that good at protecting you. Most of the time, cops aren't preventable. They're not, what's the word? They're not active, they're reactive. So, cops only, react to situations and don't actively prevent any, situations most of the time. Most of the time, if you're being assaulted, the cops are reacting to that and coming to help you. But, they're maybe 5-10 minutes away. Well, meanwhile, while they're on their way, you're getting your ass kicked.
Democrats also love Colian to say that no one really owns guns, but that is a bold-faced lie. And we have not just numbers to prove it, but new numbers to prove it. There's a new study that shows that at the high end, 60% of Americans own guns, 40% even at the lowest end of this study. And this is very different. 30%, less than a third, is the number that's always cited. I surely believe it, because I talk to people who have FFLs, that are federal firearms licenses, people who own and operate gun stores, and the people coming in are women, because the people in power are not protecting.
Of course, there are. Women are the sex that are at least the most endangered when it comes to this. I mean, it's not really that's not really true, because more assaults happen on men than women. But I mean, the idea, the thought behind it is women are generally the ones that are, more in danger. That's what they think. And a woman, if she fights a guy, 9 times out of 10, she's gonna fucking lose. But if she has a gun, that equalizes things out. And more than likely, she'll probably win, especially if she gets them, goes in and shoots it, frequently.
Law-abiding residents and citizens in this country.
Yeah.
And all these gun control things, all they ever do is harm law-abiding citizens. It doesn't hurt criminals. None of these gun control laws ever hurt criminals. You want to know why? Because criminals don't follow the fucking law. So why prevent law-abiding citizens who haven't done anything wrong from owning, certain firearms? It makes no sense to me. And then, you get that argument, oh, well, then why do you have laws in general? Well, you have laws in general to, prevent, because the society has to is run by laws. So you have laws in general. So, hey, these are code of behaviors we won't find acceptable. And if you violate those code of behaviors, then we'll have to punish you by society. So it's not advocating for no laws, but the difference is preventing, saying, hey, you can't murder. It doesn't harm law-abiding citizens who don't go and murder people. The only thing a murder, don't murder law hurts is the person doing the murdering. But all gun control laws hurt law-abiding citizens. It hurts people that have done nothing wrong, that don't warrant said treatment. That's the only thing. It's the only people gun control laws hurt is law-abiding citizens. Okay, a gun control law never hurts the criminal doing the bad act. The murder law always hurts the person doing the bad act. That's the difference.
No, I think when you really boils down to it is this. Most people understand that owning a firearm for protection is common sense. You really don't have to be a genius to understand this. However, what the left has done by and large is create an environment and a culture where you have to almost feel ashamed if you do have a firearm. So a lot of people out there, common sense from a
fuck no, I'm not ashamed. I own multiple firearms. Come and take them from my cold dead hands. And eventually I'll own a lot more, especially as this channel takes off. I'm going to buy some more guns.
Common sense perspective, no, yeah, I'm going to have a firearm to protect myself. But if someone comes to ask me and say, do you have a firearm? Do you own a firearm? They're going to say no, or they just won't talk about it at all because they don't want to be crucified. They don't want to be termed baby killers or whatever epithet that the other side likes to use in order to shame us for simply wanting to exercise our Second Amendment rights. So when you create a culture like that, then you're going to get a lot of weird information or misinformation about how many people actually own firearms. But in reality, as you so beautifully stated, a ton of people have guns. They may not talk about it like I do, but they have them.
Well, I got 6. And my wife and I both have concealed carry permits. We shouldn't even have to have a concealed carry permit, but we have 6. And Colion Noir, I got to thank you for joining us tonight. And by the way, last thought, you know who's the best salesman on guns? The Democrats. Tell them you're going to give 1,000% increase on the cost of their weapon. Everybody's going to run down and go get their.
It's funny. That's really true because every time you see like a big gun law passed, you see like a shit ton of people buying guns. Like then it becomes really hard to buy a particular gun you want and everything. Every single time.
Their weapon. Democrats know how to sell guns better than anybody else out there.
It's a gift and a curse, man, because you're absolutely right, but then it also increases the price of the guns. So it's like.
All right, so there we go. So yeah, they I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it why they keep coming after guns. Like they're very scary, yes, but most guns that are committed by that like most homicide committed guns are like compared to everything else, it's a very low number. It's like 1,000 something. I think like 1,500 ish around that number. I can't remember. It's been a while since I looked up the study. But more cars kill people. I think I'm willing to bet obesity kills people far more than guns. And they always inflate the numbers by using suicide. That's considered gun violence. So they always inflate it. Self-defense is gun violence. That more guns are used in suicides and self-defense than they are to attack people. So they always inflate the numbers. They always keep coming after the Second Amendment because they think it's an easy thing. Oh, sorry, I got meat stuck in my back teeth, so I'm trying to get it out. I mean, it's funny, these people that go after the Second Amendment, every single one of them generally, major people, obviously, they all generally either are protected by someone with a gun, either bodyguards or security, or pretty much. Yeah, actually, that's they're pretty much always protected by someone with a gun. So it's just so maddening that they hate guns so much. All right, let's get on to the next. So this is a viral video going on. Oliver Anthony, rich men north of Richmond. It's a viral song going on, and it's being hailed as a working man's theme. I 100% agree with this. Now, in my description, I put a relatively unknown person, singer, whatever. I can't remember the exact description. And for all I know, that's true because I had never heard of this guy until this viral video clipped. But he's got like 30 million views on something or whatever. I was looking up his show analytics, and he had a shit ton of fucking views. Hold on. Hold on. Just trying to. Hold on. We'll just hear this. Yeah, so he's at 30 million, like close to 30 million views. Just a shit ton, honestly, on his Radiowv, which I'm assuming stands for West Virginia. Anyways, he has like nearly 30 million views. He's got 220K subscribers. So the guy's doing well. So when I said relatively unknown, I mean, I've never heard of him before, and I don't think many people have. I think a lot of, I could be wrong. Don't get me wrong. I could be 100% wrong. But I think a lot of this subscription happened after this song came out. Anyways, I digress. But yeah, the song's being hailed as the working man's theme song, so we'll check it out. I 100% agree with that too, by the way. And I got some things I want to talk about after we're done listening to it. But anyways, let's do it. Oh, but before I do, make sure you check out Radiowv. If you like him, subscribe, like the videos, whatever. I posted the link to the channel and this song down below in my description, so check them out.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
So, bullshit pay, bullshit work. Come on. Anyone who's actually worked like, hard labor or any type of job that's like really, taxing on the mind and everything, you get what he's saying. Bullshit work for bullshit pay. I mean, and wishing you could wake up, and it'd be all a dream and everything like that. I've listened to this song like 1,000 times at this point. I swear to God. And it's just so good. This is old, to me, this is old country. Country now, it's, kind of hip-hoppy and shit like that. But old country used to have soul. It made you feel something. It made you like, it could, if you listen to it, old country, you could. And maybe this is for all music, but I'm talking specific country. I'm a big country fan. I love country songs. Well, this is old country where you could feel it. You could feel it in his voice. I mean, you can feel everything he's saying in his voice, but you could feel it in your soul. You could identify it. I mean, this is just like who sings it? So that Jamie Johnson in Color song. This is what it basically is, which is funny because he's Oliver Anthony recently sang the song with him at like a live event or something like that. But this is old country music. This is what country music used to be. Made you could identify it, made you feel something. The man's voice is just beautiful. It's like this balance of like pain and feeling where, obviously he's not like crying like a bitch or anything, but you could just feel it in his song, and it really moves you if you really like listen to it well. All right.
Living in the new world with an whole soul. The rich man north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just want to have total control.
See, we were just talking about total control. I mean, yeah, if you listen to this song, come on. Like, how can you not identify with this song? This is shit happening right now where you feel like, these politicians just want total control of your life. We just talked about the Democrats wanting to control the Second Amendment. Come on.
Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. Those are rich men, those are rich men.
Another thing, we all, I think everyone thinks taxes are bullshit, and it's always, every time you get a paycheck, it's taxed to the fuck. Like, first your employer gets taxed, and then it gets taxed again by the government, and then before it reaches you, and then if some states you get it taxed even more, and then you get some more taxes, and then finally you get to it. And so it's been taxed like 7 different ways before it even gets to you. But yeah, bullshit pay, tax to hell, and all that shit.
I wish politicians look out for minors, and not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down.
See, that was just a beautiful line there. I wish politicians would care about minors, not just minors on an island. Obviously referencing to Epstein Island, but then also referencing to, I assume, I could be wrong, but obviously this is referencing, transgender, or not obviously, but I think it's referencing like transgender stuff, shit being pushed onto kids, and, kids being victimized by various things going on, all this stuff. But then, the politicians only really care about, kids on an island, which they should have. These kids were also victimized and everything like that. But there's other kids that are, suffering too. And, they care more about, just because it was in the news and all that stuff. Shit, there's other things. It's just that this is my favorite line in the whole song. Hold on.
Country does is keep on kicking them down. Taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are but if you're 5'3", ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare.
Yeah, that's another thing, talking about homeless people. Now, I mean, a lot of the homeless people, they're just druggies that just try and get it fixed. But, I think if you're homeless in America and you've been homeless for more than a year, it's generally going to be your fault. It's your fucking fault. If you're homeless, I give you a year of being homeless before, any person really motivated not to be homeless could probably not be homeless for after a year. It's going to take a lot of work. You're going to be working your ass off, but I think it's very doable. And then, obese. We have an obese epidemic in America. I'm fat. I'm obese too. Working on it. But then these people get, fucking, fat as fuck and all that stuff. And then they want tax-paying money to, help them. That's a reference to universal health care. And, it'd be a burden on the system. A lot of fucking fat people are going to be, burdening the fucking system.
God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds.
Bag of fudge rounds. That's just a funny line to me. All right, sorry.
Men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down.
See, that's another great line. Men are, what is it? Self-deleting, whatever, themselves at a high rate, and the burden of performance our men is always been high, and there's a lot of pressure for it, and a lot of men just can't handle it, and and then so they ended up committing self-deletion.
Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true. but it is. All it is, living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men know the rich men, Lord knows they all just want to have total control. Want to know what you think, want to know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, because your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, cause the rich men know the rich men. I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay.
There we go. Yeah, come on. Like, look, like I keep saying, if you ever been a working person where you're working your ass off nearly every goddamn day, working hard and everything, this song is going to resonate with you. It's a beautiful song. It's old, like I keep saying, it's old country. It's got soul. Like, you can hear everything he's saying and you can feel it in you. You can hear it, the way he's playing, his facial movements, his voice. He's got a great voice. This guy's awesome. I'm really happy he's he made this song, and he's got a lot of subscribers. I hope he becomes a big star and but also doesn't get that falls into that trap of stardom where then he's fucking he's compromising himself just because of money and everything. So I'm really hoping this guy goes far, but also keeps that soul he has, because that. Look, if you don't like I understand if you don't like country music, that's completely fine. People like the music. A lot of people don't like country. Completely fine, get it. But you gotta listen. You gotta be able to listen to this song and be like, look, I don't like country, but I identify with this song. And this is a song that's not like when a lot of people are like, well, I want people to identify. I don't know what I was trying to say there, but so you get that stuff where like currently in the pop culture, you got movies and people want to identify with, a character, and they gotta be a person, color or whatever, and like this. But this song here, this resonates with all peoples across all races and colors and ethnicities, religion, whatever. Like, there are far more people that can identify with the song, which is proof by the fact that it's got 15 million views. Yeah, it's only got 785K in comparison to likes. Doesn't really say how many dicks likes, because we're dumb like that. But no, it doesn't. Okay, no, definitely like it. Just saying this. But it's been viewed 15 million times. Like, come on, that's a big number. Now, and a lot of people don't hit that like button, like you people watching my video currently. So, but 15 million views. Come on, you gotta know. That most people are definitely identifying with the song. 1 second. Realize I never got a notification. Okay, cool. Just making sure. I never got a notification on my Rumble thing that it was going on. But yeah, like this song song transcends all borders. Like, everyone, every country, can identify with this song. So even if you don't like country, you can identify with this song and how, a lot of people's lives are like this, where they're working their ass off every day, got bullshit work, bullshit pay, and everything like that, and they just try their best. So this is a really beautiful song. I really like it. Before I do that, I saw Sneeko react to it, and I think it's very telling. Like, yeah, he made jokes and everything like this, but now I just watched the clip he put on Rumble, because the way Sneeko does it, he does like his full show, and then he does various clips and puts them on Rumble. So I saw that clip. So, I might have missed some context. But to be fair, this is a guy who, it wasn't someone else clipping this shit. It was him himself. So, and he spent the entire time just making fun of it and calling it a redneck song and all that. It's fine. Whatever. I don't really care. But I don't really care. You make fun of it and everything, because you're allowed to make fun of shit, all you want. It's a free country. But I think it's very telling when you see someone that's, doesn't identify with this song, doesn't feel this song. I think it's very telling. I think it tells you that, someone who, listens to the song and can't identify it with it, I think it tells you that they've never actually worked very hard, like had a hard working job. So I think it's a litmus test for, to understand if someone's actually understands your struggle and how your life is. Because if you can listen to this song and not identify it with a single thing, you're not living. You're living a very privileged life. Because this is something the average Joe is experiencing every goddamn day. Politicians wanting control of you, and it's ironic, honestly, because Nico talks about all this. Control, the Matrix attack, fat people, blah 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 blah, and then instead of actually listening to the song, he's just making fun of it. So it was kind of funny. It's just something I observed. But I think this is a litmus test. If you see someone that doesn't like the song or makes, doesn't really, understand or makes fun of it or something like that, kind of tells you how much of a privileged life they've lived. But that's my opinion. I could be 100% wrong, of course, but that's my opinion. So before I go, again, check out the links below and to watch the video and give it a like yourself. This is the Radio West Virginia. I haven't subscribed yet because I'm just really bad at subscribing to shit. But yeah, just make sure, just give it a check out. Like this video. It's a very good song, and I really enjoy it. I hope you did too. All right. Now, before we get going, I have one thing to do. Very important. I know. It took me a little longer to do that, so I've kind of blown past when I normally do my shit for this, but we'll do it anyways. And that is to talk about Coffee Brand Coffee. Yes, we got Coffee Brand Coffee. It is a delicious coffee brand of coffee. So they have coffee, delicious coffee. Coffee that is not roasted until you order it. So it is as fresh as it can be without doing it yourself or going to a store that, makes it fresh to order, which I don't know if any stores actually do that, but, they got, the classics, light, medium, and dark roast, also Ethiopian light roast, whichever the fuck that means, double caffeinated, bourbon flavored. My personal favorite is, I gotta go to the second one to do this. My personal favorite is French toast flavor right here. That is the best one so far that I've had. But they obviously, as you can see, they have a lot. They have Rocky Road flavored coffee. Come on. Like they have so much coffee chance. There's K-Cups. That's got like light and medium roast. There's tea. If you're a tea drinker, I am not, but if you're a weird tea drinker, you can have a bunch of teas. So you got Earl Grey, organic, English breakfast, American pie for the English and American. And then, of course, you have the delicious cocoa. Cocoa fall is coming, which is prime cocoa weather. And they got 3 options. Velvet hot chocolate, rich caramel, and marshmallow. So there's some options for you. Definitely going to try some cocoa this fall. And they have cold brew, but also they have snacks. They have nuts, and they have some saltwater taffy. I haven't tried any of those. I'm sure it's good. If the coffee's good, the food's generally good, right? That's what I think. But yeah, that's Coffee Brand Coffee. If you are a subscriber to Coffee, or if you get your Coffee Brand Coffee needs already, you can use the coupon code GHOST right there as you see scrolling down. And then also this is, oh no, that's the wrong one. This is my referral link. Use this and you can get a 5% off on your order unless you subscribe. Then that's 10% if you subscribe. But if it just even if you do that, make sure you use this referral link. Helps me out. I have 4 referrals so far. Let's see if that's changed. Nope, still 4. That's fine. But yeah. Like I said, Coffee Brand coffee is the coffee I drink. It's delicious. But yeah, so make sure you give it a look-see. And 4,000 customers, 5-star reviews. Come on, can't beat it. All right, on to the show. All right, so here we go. This was, the clip was just posted 3 days ago, but this is from one of the older shows, or not an older show, but this is from a show from a bit ago.
I think feminism comes out of but this is the issue. I think feminism comes out of scarcity. Again, we're all talking about ideal. Our ideal man is a provider, protector, but life happens and you don't find that, or you lack that. So now as a woman, now we have to be the provider. We have to take care of the kids because that man.
Hold on. What the hell? Whatever. Sorry. I guess we'll just do this.
What if he came along, but he was too nice? He had glasses. He was awkward when he spoke. Maybe he wasn't the most attractive guy ever, but he came along and he could have been a good boyfriend and a husband long term.
To your point, you said he has to be physically taller than me. He has to be X, Y, and Z. So no.
He doesn't.
So
No. See, this chick completely missed the point. He doesn't have to be physically taller than you. That's what you want. And the point Myra just made wasn't that, the point is maybe he came along and he wasn't as tall, he wasn't as fit, but everything she's asking for, he had. He just didn't have those parts, but she didn't give him a chance because he didn't meet those prerequisites. That's a point Myron's trying to make, and she, obviously doesn't fucking understand it because she's an idiot.
Yeah, now he does.
Yeah,
because women's expectations have went up because they make their own money, they have their own status, so they don't need to settle themselves with a guy that they feel that they're better than. That's my point. That's what feminism has done. And going back with what you were saying, the reason why is because feminism has basically lied to women over multiple decades, telling them to chase a career, make money, be sexually empowered, and there will be happiness at the end of it. And what we come to realize now is that as feminism has gotten stronger, women are taking more antidepressants than ever. More women are reporting less happiness, and it's a lie. And the problem is this: women don't realize that it's a lie until it's too late.
So that's a post hoc. Just because A precedes B doesn't mean A caused B. There's plenty of reasons. And
there's
especially two parties involved with this, men and women. If men became more of what they needed to be, providers, tall, successful, well, can't become tall. That's relevant. Right. But providers and the men that they're supposed to be, then less women will be in careers because they could depend on the men. So at the same time, feminine is bad, but if there were more men that were actually men, then it would kind of lower that.
Okay, for an example, no one ever goes into marriage saying, okay, I want to get a divorce. Okay, so let's say you're in.
I disagree. There are some women that go into a marriage saying, I want a divorce, but I'm just going to wait a little bit. I disagree with that. So
in a marriage, you both start off when you meet someone, you're dating. We both have jobs, whatever. You get to the point in your marriage, and let's say your husband, whatever, loses his job. For some odd reason, he doesn't get a job right away, right? Let's say 6 months, a year goes by, he can't find work.
She's going to leave him. Look, guys, I don't know if you know this, but you're always expected. I don't care how much money a good chick makes. You're always expected to be a provider. Now, are there some very rare women that, don't, care about that and actually really don't care about that and will provide and everything? Yes. But they are rare and far in between. They're probably rarer than 1% men that, make, a shit ton of money, are tall, fit, masculine, charismatic, and everything. There's probably less women that are actually okay with taking care of a man than there are these, 1% men that a lot of women are chasing. So yeah, so you're always expected to provide. If you don't think so, then get your head out of your ass, because you are expected to provide. And if you lose your job, now look, are there some women that will hang tough, stick by their man, respect their vows, everything like that? Abso-fucking-lutely. But there's probably far more that will drop your ass and move on if you'll end up stop being the provider. Now, depending on how long your relationship is, she might give you some time, but there's always a time clock. There is always a time clock, whether it's 6 months, a year, maybe even 5 years if you're lucky. I think that most time clocks are probably going to be that year to 2 year range, and I am being generous on 2 years. I think that's how most time clocks are. Don't get your shit together. And again, the same thing with the homeless thing. If you're a motivated man, you know that you gotta be the one providing. You're a man, and you're gonna do what you gotta do to ensure that you take care of your shit. You're not gonna be jobless for a year. Like, let's be honest.
As a woman, what are you gonna do? If your job can cover the bills, he's down on his luck.
Help him find a job.
Okay, but again, that's a masculine trait, right? That's now I'm making more money than him. I'm coming home, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. Now I'm catching a fight, I'm having an attitude.
See, that's the thing. Like, look, men will come home. Men will provide for a woman every day. They work their ass off. Just listen to a song. He works his ass, work my ass off for bullshit pay and bullshit work. All that stuff. We'll do that. And we don't come to our woman and have an attitude and are bitchy and all that stuff. Now, we are if, they're not doing their part, making sure the house is clean. Shit. Yeah, we might get like, look, can you like clean this shit up? You're not doing anything all day. But it's just, because, the house is clean and everything like that. But women will come home and still be bitchy and all that shit, no matter what, if they're making more money than you. Like, it doesn't, like, this is why women aren't supposed to provide for men, because they're just bitchy about it after they're done, if they make more than their man.
Sorry. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, it's out of survival.
This is why men and women aren't equal.
Yeah, see?
When a woman is in a leadership role and she's providing for a man, she starts being bitchy, annoying, the worst. Women,
because she's not in her feminine, she's in her masculine. Women can't be in their masculine forever and be enjoyable to be around.
Are terrible people when they're in a leadership role.
So what does a woman do if she's in
Pick
that
better
situation?
men that aren't bums.
So what if he didn't start off as a bum?
Here's the thing: a man that's a go-getter, a man that's a winner, literally the worst that could happen to him, he's gonna find a way to make it happen.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. It's like, look, if you're the type of man that you take care of your shit, you're not going to be jobless for a year. You're not going to be jobless for very long. Now, you might have some issues, maybe getting a job that pays, the same amount, but eventually you'll get back to that stuff. And if you make the progress of going, earning and, working your ass off and stuff, yeah, absolutely. A woman's going to stick around longer and longer. But if you just end up not being able to get a job for like a year or whatever, you're not really, yeah, she's going to fucking leave your ass. But even if you're doing all that, and let's say you're stagnant for a certain amount of time, then you might get it. She might end up leaving. There's still a time clock. But if you're making an effort, working your ass off, working 160 hours every 2 weeks and shit like that, or 80 hours or 160 hours a week or whatever, you're working your ass off, then you might get a chance.
Winners find a way. Losers find an excuse.
Yeah, exactly. Losers find an excuse. Oh, I can't because blah, 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 blah. No, get off your ass. Go get a job. Work your ass off. Rise to the occasion. Like, don't stop being a lazy fucking bum.
How do you that's so easy to say. If I met you, you're going to put you're going to tell me what boat you have, the car you drive, your business. And then as soon as you start dating someone, that's when shit hits the fan. You find out all the
Wah. Sounds like it's your fault for being fooled by a dude. Like, what the hell is what the fuck are we going from? We went from a dude who was on his shit and everything, loses his job. What are you gonna do as a female? And now we're on, well, this guy's lying to you because he's actually a bum, but he's pretending to be rich and stuff. Where did that jump come from?
other skeletons. They really don't have the money that they say they have. They just lose their, you know how
Where? Pick better fucking dudes. Like, well, come on.
many people have been on dates with, and in the first 30 days, something happened to their job. And you're like, what the fuck?
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Okay, then move on. Like, what the fuck?
If I go out with a girl for 8 months and she doesn't give me sex, and I'm just like giving her money and hanging out with her, blah blah blah, and she doesn't give me sex, whose fault is it that I'm not getting sex?
Whose fault?
Yeah.
Your own that you're tolerating that.
Fantastic.
Wait, complain. Look, he fooled me. He tricked me into having dating him. He was fake and didn't have really this money. It's not my fault. It's his fault. Wait. Other side. Wait. This chick, she finessed me. She's not giving me sex, but she's taking my money. Wait. Well, it's your fucking fault, loser.
It's also your fault for not knowing that guy was a fucking loser, despite the boats and the cars and everything else. Just like it's his fault for getting strung along for 8 months and not getting sex because that's what he really wants. It's your fault for not figuring out that guy was a loser from the beginning.
Oh, I definitely know that.
That's what I just said.
But my thing is, it's like you pick and choose your battles. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, for example,
No, I don't know what you're saying. I hate when people say that, like use those, I hate this way of speaking. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what you're saying because you don't make any fucking sense. And you don't make any sense because you're trying to compound that with, you know what I'm saying?
For example, like that question that you guys asked.
You just skirted accountability 1,000% just now.
Yeah.
Because
you asked me if it's my fault if I know this guy's a loser. He knows that I'm out of his league, and we both agreed that this is going to be a mutual beneficial agreement. He wanted
what? That doesn't make any
something that he couldn't have.
No. You're missing the entire point because you were saying, oh, what if you go with a guy, he has a car, his boats,
well,
blah,
that's
blah,
two
blah,
different
and
scenarios.
then I find out later on.
What? No, it's the same exact scenario. Women are looking for men to provide for them. Men are looking for sex. All right. So it's the equivalent. It's the same thing. It's not the same scenario, but it's the equivalency of the two scenarios. Each person is trying to get something from the other person and they get finessed out of it.
That he's a brokey or whatever. I'm saying, I use the analogy. If the guy goes out with you for 8 months thinking that he's going to get laid and he doesn't get laid, whose fault is it? Is it his fault for being duped, or is it your fault for not giving the sex? No, it's his fault for being duped because he's an idiot and he doesn't realize that you don't really like him. Same exact situation, the functional equivalents, right? Switch it up. The woman that can't detect that the guy's a loser from the first place in the face of cars, boats, etc., the facade, they can't see it beside the smoke and mirrors, is the same thing as the guy that can't get laid for 8 months. They're both retarded and not being able to understand the opposite gender's goals. That's what I'm trying to say.
I have to just
see how she disagrees when the accountability is back on females?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, she 100% disagrees when it's females being held accountable. But when it's men, no, it's totally the man's fault.
I'm trying to tell you.
You agreed with me earlier. You do realize that, right?
When you're dating, and everybody's putting their best foot forward, how are you going to know someone's going to be a bum, a year into the relationship? You don't until you find out, oh my God, this person is a bum. And
it takes you a year to find out if someone's actually is pretending not to be rich or is pretending to be rich and isn't. It takes you a year? Man, you fucking dumb.
And yet now we have a child. Now
look at Myron's face. Look, okay, hold on. So it takes you a year to realize this person isn't what he's saying. He doesn't have the money that he says he's saying. He's a fucking loser and everything. It takes you a year to realize that. And then you have a child with this guy and not even. This chick makes no. This chick's just fucking retarded at this point. Like, honestly.
We're married and now I have to be the feminist and take over and take care of the household.
That's your fault for picking the wrong guy. The accountability is on you for picking the wrong guy.
I'll take that.
That's my point. Just like he's an idiot for waiting 8 months.
Yeah.
You're an idiot for picking the wrong guy and having a kid with that.
At least we understand now, right?
Like, women need to take accountability for their fuck ups in relationships as well. If you marry a bum and you have a kid with a bum and you end up being, paying the bills and everything else, you fucked up.
So a man can't fall down on his luck. So no real man can fall down on his luck and not be.
That's not what he's saying at all. Like, she's jumping from point to point. Like, she's going from a different point to a different point. We're not saying men can't fall down on their luck. What we're
it can happen,
okay.
But we're just saying if you pick correctly, it's going to be less of a thing.
And it's going to be temporary.
But
Yeah, that's the important thing is it'll be temporary. Yeah, a guy will fall down on his luck, but if you pick the right guy, it's not going to be for very long.
Any guy that's a go-getter, that's ambitious, that's that fucking guy, right? He's going to make sure that he's jobless for a small period of time and get back on it.
Okay, so if he had something traumatic, like his parent died, a death, something.
Boo fucking who? It doesn't matter what's going on in your life. You need to be working your ass off to ensure that your family is taken care of. This is the burden of performance on men. We are required. It doesn't matter if we're sad, we're happy, we're depressed, our kid died, our mom died, our parent died, our dog died. Doesn't fucking matter. We don't get to check out. We have to perform. This is the difference between men and women. Women can check out, be depressed, all that stuff, check out. And some guy's gonna come save her if or her man's not gonna leave her just because she has all these things. But on the other hand, if a dude checks out, not doing his job, is failing because he's sad, depressed, etc., chick's gonna probably fucking leave him at some point.
And it's traumatic happened to his life that he's no longer that protector, provider. He's not that dude anymore.
Fucking well. Okay. Men are not ruled by their emotions like women. Men must do what's required regardless of how they feel. That's just how it is.
Men blame their lives, their child. Oh, my mom, left me, and now I'm fucking.
And women don't give a fuck about it.
Oh, you picked an emotional man, and that's your fault.
So the glyphosate
is tough out here.
Yeah, man. You picked an emotional man, and that wasn't the way.
We get it.
This is why I tell women all the time, don't pick some emotional guy that's going to be changing his mood all the time and shit. You need a guy that's going to be a rock.
All right, there we go. God. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna skip this second video I'm gonna do. I gotta update my shit. I'm gonna skip this second video I was going to do. And I'll do it probably tomorrow instead. I'm just editing my shit out. I didn't realize I'd take this long talking about this shit, but I don't know. Pictures are dumb. Let's see. There we go. So I'm just editing my shit. So yeah. Okay. Sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna do the second one tomorrow. See how long is this article I'm gonna talk about? Okay, it's not that long. All right. So then I'm gonna just do this last article, and then I will close out the show. Make sure you like and subscribe for the video. I have shit I need to do. I need to go work out and shit, and I'm running short on time. Actually, I didn't realize I'd be talking about this too for so long. Apparently, I have a lot to say about various things. So I guess that's good. All right. So this came out yesterday. Entire police department resigns in Minnesota City, leaving mayor blindsided, 0 applicants. Goodhue's police chief said in July that he had 0 applicants to join force. Goodhue, Minnesota, a small city in the southern-eastern part of the state, lost its entire police force after the chief and other members of the police department handed in their resignation. Oh, that's why. I think we were a little bit blindsided by it, but we're resilient. We're going to move forward. Goodhue Mayor Ellen Anderson Buck told Fox 9. I want to reiterate that we will have police coverage in the city of Goodhue. That is not an issue. Okay. Police Chief Josh Smith, who will continue to serve his position until August 24th, told city officials that he could not find anyone to sign up to join the police force. This has been 3 weeks now. We have 0 applicants and I have 0 prospects, Smith said on July 26th. I've called every PD around for the youngest guys out there getting into the game. There's nobody getting into the game. If you want to keep the PD, and this is something we want to continue going with, something needs to change dramatically and drastically. It's not going, and it's got to happen now. One Goodhue City Council member, Chris Schmidt, praised the police force for maintaining law and order in the city. I can probably speak for everyone when I say they provide excellent safety and security to our community, and the small town policing they did, we want that back. Smith also told Goodhue City Council that the police force was losing on recruitment numbers because of low pay competition from larger communities. The largest city in Minnesota, Minneapolis, is the site of one of the most important policing stories of the last decade. It's George Floyd. I'm not fucking reading this. Okay, so there we go. That's the article. Another thing, it's not just low pay and everything like that. It's also the fact that, cops are demonized for every little fucking thing. The whole defund the police movement and shit like that. Cops aren't going to want to do this, or people aren't going to want to go and then potentially get in trouble because some black person, yes, it's generally going to be a black person, ends up trying to do something stupid. They end up killing him, and then they're going to get demonized over it, like the officers with Jacob Blake. Jacob Blake goes in, reaches for something in the car. And this is after the cops are called to assist the woman he's there that I think he was stalking. He assaulted and raped her at one point, I believe. I could be wrong about that. I really don't remember. But and then he gets confronted by the police. He goes in to grab something from a vehicle, could be a gun. Turns out it was a knife or something, and they shoot him. And then the city riots about it, and then the whole car Rittenhouse thing happens because of it. So police see that. So why the fuck are they going to put themselves on the line to do that shit? And look, I don't really like police. Speeding tickets are bullshit and stuff. But I wouldn't put myself in a position like that where I have to deal, if I just because I shoot a black person, regardless if it's justified or not, end up getting crucified in the media. Yeah, fuck that shit. So, that's probably another reason why, there's very little police-ness going on, I guess is the word I'll use. Or there's very little police recruiting going on, but also the low pay and shit. Bullshit pay for bullshit work. There we go. All right, everyone. That's the end of my show today. Like I said, I will do that second clip tomorrow. I didn't realize I'd be talking about this, but I do have to get ready and get going, go to the gym, and then pick up groceries and everything like that. So, I got to do more work. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, especially those deep dives into those clips and that song. It's a great song. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you check out the Fresh and Fit Clips channel and Fresh and Fit podcast, whatever. Check that out. The links are below, both for the Clips channel that I used, and then the Radiowv, WV. So all those links are below, so make sure you check that out. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Follow me on X at officialwghost. Follow me on Rumble with Ghost, as well as on YouTube, and then my second channel, Gaming with Ghost, on Rumble and Kick. That's the link right there. Check me out there. And yeah, I hope you all have a good day, and peace out. See ya.